Well, greetings to all. I don't know about you guys, but it sure has been a very long winter. And I decided through the winter I needed to do some projects to keep my mind off of all the snow shoveling. So anyway, my newest project, I'm just calling it the 8-spoon wind spinner. And the materials I used in this to make this little project was 8 plastic ladle spoons that I got from the dollar store. Some scrap corian, which I'm going to use for the hub section, some scrap aluminum, some miscellaneous screws and nuts, a used bicycle axle, and some assorted scrap steel, and of course some miscellaneous fasteners. So if you want to follow through with me and see what I'm going to create, and then I welcome your comments, and please subscribe at the end. I wouldn't mind keeping you guys up to date on my newest projects. And so let's get started. Talk later, guys. Later. Bye. Well, here you have it, guys. This is the software that I use to create most of my stuff that I do on my CNC router. Here I'm just designing a couple hubs for another little wind whirly thing that I'm going to make. And here you'll have the one side, and then you have the opposite side, and I will be mounting them on a kind of a bicycle spindle, something like this, and one on each side, the right and the left. And then you'll see if I go over to this other platform here, I will show you once I program in the tool paths, I'm able to preview them all. So here's previewing all the tool paths as they'll cut out on the CNC machine, and that's what they'll look like. This will be discarded, that one, and these pieces will come out, and then I will attach them to my spindle. So that's how it works with the software, guys. Thanks. Okay, now we're attaching the corian plate to the top of our service table here for doing all the machining to it. Here we're just zero height centering the tool to get it the right height. And now we're machining the counter bores that the hubs will mount onto each side of the axle. And then now we're cutting out the center of the hubs to clear to go through the hub part of the axle. And here we're going to be drilling the holes to mount it to the axle on both the right and the left hand side. And here we are now machining or milling the outside profile of the hubs, the right side and the left side. And that's pretty much all to the cutting side of it. So here's the finished cut pieces, and they just come out of this piece like this. No big deal. That's just a finished product, how they're cut. There's a leftover piece there. And you can see that the spool board that we had underneath that's the reason we have that, because to cut through, it cuts into this, and it saves and doesn't damage the good board here. So this then just gets mounted. Just take my little axle thing here and stick it in here, and I'm going to drill out these holes and mount it there. And then the other one will match up on the other side, and then I'll mount my little wind things on that. And that's one of the first stages that I'm trying to do here. There you go, guys. That's what she looks like. Now I've got it all set up so that I can drill the two side mounting holes for the arms that are going to go on there. Okay, it's assembly time now. Here's those plastic ladles I got from the dollar store. Cut them to length and drilled a couple holes. Made these aluminum brackets, attached them to the brackets, and then attached the brackets into the hubs. And here's both hubs now finished with all the little brackets and spoons on them. And then I mounted them to the axle, both the right and left side, or front and back, however you want to call it. And then this is the part of the clamping mechanism to attach the hub to. This is my vane, my guide vane that I cut out of metal, and that's what she looks like after she's all cut out. And then this is everything mounted on the top swivel, and then I just have to mount my wheel to it. And here she is, spinning, attached to a post in the front yard, and different view of it, blowing around and twirling around. And yeah, it was kind of a fun project. It was a lot of work involved because I was kind of figuring out as I was going along. But anyway, I'd welcome to hear your comments on it. And if you got any other suggestions on what you'd like to see me build, that would be great, guys. Thanks.